Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. With all this brand new PlayStation 5 Pro talk and basically leaks, rumors, and everything on the horizon, I want to go do a little bit of a breakdown video because we've kind of had a chance to kind of do like a segmented, we have new things, then we add new things, we add new things for all the brand new features on the PlayStation 5 Pro. And I do think as of right this second, we have a pretty good idea of what we're looking at, and what we're expecting, and at the end of the day, what's going to be coming out in these next, hopefully, few weeks. So I'm going to go give you guys that all throughout this video, so make sure you guys are subscribed, especially if you guys are interested in buying one, or as well as details, all that stuff. I would love to go and have you guys subscribe to the channel. We're definitely going to be covering up a lot of that news as well. And of course, it is actually my birthday too, so if you guys want to be nice, we're either going to be up on Twitch having some drinks, even on YouTube as well. So I'd love it if you guys did sub or leave a like. That's me begging, because it is my birthday, so it's the one day I can go and do it. And the Twitter and Twitch is linked down below. So first and foremost, the PlayStation 5 Pro is seemingly a little bit better than expected. Now, there is a lot of big overall upgrades and details, and you guys may have seen prior videos like this, but it does seem like we also had a few brand new updates too as well when it came to the brand new console itself. So first and foremost, let's go talk about the big graphical updates. Number one is when it comes to the PS5 Pro. We are mainly going and looking at an 8K push. Like right now, the big standardization is 4K graphics. So ideally, they're trying to go make an 8K resolution PS5 Pro that could usually run at like a 30 FPS. So just for the very easy high level stuff, they want to push for that. And to do that, they have to make a few different changes. Number one is they do want to improve the GPU. The GPU is the biggest upgrade that's going to be in comparison to the PlayStation 5 console. It'll be around 45% better, if you guys want to have a rough number for it, and as well a little bit more efficient, and will run things like ray tracing a little bit nicer. So when it comes to PS5 specs, two words that keep cropping up are 8K, which is going to be a weirder one to push because not as many people that I know even have an 8K TV, but nonetheless, maybe over time, like kind of future proofing. And then ray tracing, if you guys don't know, that's just like basically using machine learning to make like light reflections, water things, like say there's like a light in a dark room and it's like it's swinging around, basically things bouncing off your character, on your clothing, like, you know, fire, and it has like fire in the water puddles as you're walking with the torch, stuff like that. Those are very, very big upgrades. And they really want to push the idea of ray tracing for PS5 Pro confirmed games. That's like the biggest change up. Old games can be updated too as well. So like PlayStation Spider-Man games, God of War games, those could also have better resolution, better graphics, better frame rate, etc., which is big to know. And as well, the biggest thing too, and we're going to maybe do a separate video and deep dive into it because I've had a lot of questions on it, and I've tried to do this on a prior video but didn't do that well. Basically, the biggest update is going to be called the PSSR, which is basically the PlayStation Super Sampling, which is basically PlayStation's AI. That's the biggest thing. It's basically meant to boost frame rates and basically using machine learning and filling in the blank for any type of like console. So I've mentioned this before. It's like, let's say you're in space and you're basically trying to load asteroids that have a chance to go more so copy and paste them and utilize like AI technology to make sure they're running efficiently and running well. That's kind of one of the bigger issues to go and see. Now, on top of this too, we're also seeing like the actual computing power too as well for the PS5 Pro. So it could actually be posting 67 teraflops of computing power, equating to a mere 33.5 teraflops of floating power in performance in a real world gameplay terms. Basically saying that just is a way more efficient and better running console. The PS5 only has 10.28 teraflops too as well. So basically it's a huge leap. Like it actually is a somewhat substantial technological beast. And it will probably turn into one of the more stronger consoles in the entire planet because we don't really have an Xbox Series X basically to compete with. The Steam Deck is a little bit weaker. There are some PC handhelds, which in theory are strong, but not as optimized on a console side. And obviously the Switch 2 is not going to be that strong. So big updates in that one. And even in comparison to brand new gaming PCs. Now, you're going to get like a 3000, 4000 series card. It's probably running better. But the big thing is a lot of companies will be optimizing these games specifically for PlayStation because they know they're going to get a lot of sales for it. They work with PlayStation. You know, console markets are still big. They also had a big thing to go and note too is, well, there'll be a big system memory performance. So it's going to be leaping from 448 gigabytes of memory on the base PS5 now up to 576. And going back to the GPU, I do believe there's going to be also more video RAM. Now, video RAM is also a bit extra special because that basically is just like that little extra wiggle room for computing stuff such as ray tracing or using AI. So like this is like good stuff. Like it actually is a proper leap from all the leaks and if they are true. Now as well, I think it's just good stats. Now, the one big thing is that a lot of the people are talking about the PS5 CPU is going to be pretty much identical to the OG PS5. Maybe to cut down cost, or it just wasn't that optimized, who really knows. But at the end of the day, I do wish it was a little bit better, but if they're trying to go keep like costs down, like right now we're rumoring like $600, $700, maybe a Pro like disc and then a Pro digital. We're kind of waiting to see from Sony's official confirmation, but it will at least have the CPU have an overclocking run. So basically this would give around a 10% increase from the standard PlayStation 5. So if you guys don't know, that basically means you have the same hardware, but you can just run it a little bit better because you have a slightly updated memory, better SSD, better APU, like better... It's basically like it's just a slightly better, newer version of all the technology and better fans, better like airflow, so you can technically run it a little bit hotter. Think like cars. Sometimes you have a car with very similar specs, but if it's a slightly better car with like a better like engine, you know, better power steering, you can kind of go and maybe bump up other areas a little bit more. And that's basically what's happening over here for the console itself. So GPU, 45% stronger. CPU, up to 10% stronger. But all this is also combined with like AI as well. So basically having a chance to utilize all this technology with the more efficient internal parts, to then also make it even more efficient with all this AI technology integrated into the PS5 Pro. A lot of stuff to follow, but I think you guys are probably getting it. Now as well, one bigger thing too that people haven't been talking about is the audio improvements. So PlayStation and Sony have always been big on audio. They want to make sure the audio feels good, sounds good. It's just a good vibe because, well, duh. Like they also make headphones, the inset, Sony stuff. They make movies. So it's just a big thing, you know, even with TVs. So there's going to be up to about a 35% potential uptick in the console's audio compression manager. Crazy. So it's basically 45% faster rendering speed and a huge boost to ray tracing performance as well. So these are all like still on the unconfirmed side, but it makes sense. PlayStation really likes audio. They want to make audio better. They've even done internal upgrades for the PS5 itself, current gen, and making it just run overall nicer, which is important to note. Like we're seeing these big improvements. So there's also going to, like I said, have a really big issue on ray tracing. So that's internal specs. We care about that a lot. Now, as we've kind of been seeing some of these leaks and rumors, and I even tweet out some stuff, I'm trying to be a little bit more active on Twitter, maybe even for gaming news and such. If you guys ever see me doing gaming things or whatever, feel free to like just let me know. But basically, if you guys just ever want to spawn, feel free to. But we've also had some rumors too as well on some of the internal actual changes. So I want to show this for you guys to look at, where they also do have now detachable disk drives, kind of more newer information from the past day or so. So they will have detachable or reattachable disk drives. So if you have the digital, this is not like confirmed by the way, but in terms of what we're seeing, so you'd be able to have a cheaper digital option potentially with a detachable disk drive that is the same one that we can buy currently for the PS5 Slim, as well as also we have the outside edges too, and I'm thinking a little bit of a small redesign on the console itself. It'll probably most likely be a, how do I word it? Like very similar design too, because this is looking like it's the actual leaked design, very similar with it. But you can also even still use the outside display cases, rebuy them, reuse them. So all around cool. We haven't seen many big changes on the PS5 DualSense controller. It seems like it's still the same default, like haptic feedback, like just vibrations in the controller, etc., which is still nice. Like it's still a good controller, so we don't really have to change too much on it. But I think that is a lot of the big parts of the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like there is a lot of stuff. And also make sure you guys are subscribed before I yap a little bit more. But like, I think it's cool. Like I think it's looking like a big upgrade. I do think the biggest thing is them focusing more on AI. And I do think the biggest thing is the fact that I think it actually will be a good comparable console. Now, it's weird to have a Pro because I still feel like we're still even getting this PS5 normal generation. Like it just generally does not feel like we're outside of this console generation. But at the same time, it does make sense. We have some games on the horizon. Last of Us, Part 3 rumored. We have also been hearing then brand new maybe Spider-Man DLCs, the Venom game, Wolverine game. A lot of these do seem like to be taxing. Same with confirmed Monster Hunter Wilds. We were hearing issues apparently on like a 30 FPS, GTA 6, Death Stranding, like all these other various games out there could probably utilize this technology, and even bigger games too, such as Wukong. We're running on some little bit of a deficit, so in theory this actually might be a needed purchase. So let me know your thoughts. Like we'll probably have a few more updates on this, so make sure you guys are subscribed. If we are streaming on YouTube for my birthday, make sure you guys go and say what's up. or on Twitch, either one, whatever makes it happy. I'd love to see you guys. We also do have the Twitter and Twitch room down below in case you guys like to follow. And I'm very excited for all the upcoming brand new news because I just want to go buy this. I'm probably going to buy one myself and do some reviews on it. So let me know your thoughts and comments on it when it does come on out.